I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and today will be a really important webinar for you. There's a reason why we say that is because of the fact that as you get older, a lot of time because your body are not strong enough, end up you're gonna start falling. And I'll give you a real story. This is one of my client who is a very high executive. Unfortunately, he has a lot of entertainment. He always tell me, "Oh, I have a lot of entertainment," which is true. He does have a lot of entertainment because he has to take care of his customer. He's a very high level executive, so a lot of entertainment, a lot of drinking. He doesn't move much to go to gym or anything like that, so his stomach is getting to be big, and plus he developed high blood sugar. So all these things can happen, right? So now the sad part is while he's walking, because he doesn't move much at all. He's only 60 something years old, and he fall. And his fall are so severe. He broke his nose, injured his shoulder. Lucky he didn't really, injure major places like fractured arm, leg, and so forth. Just bruises everywhere. Now with that, basically, if he has actually start doing his strength exercise, meaning that he can continue to do, up and down strength exercise and strengthen his legs, strengthen his body. And basically, all you got to do this. Remember, I have my, step master do this. If you just do this every day with 100 reps, he can basically will not able to get the fall and he will not get the injury. Now, lucky his injury didn't injure his elbow, his, leg and fracture. If he does that, wow, that would be terrible. He would not able to work. He would lie in bed. It would make everything worse. Now, so today's lecture is really to basically give you an idea how you can able to strengthen yourself. Net result, you can able to function and with good body movement and good strength to keep you all the way through 80, 90 years old and 100 years old, it still can do it. So strength exercise, walking movement is so important. And I'll give you all the rationale behind what else you can support. It's very easy. It's not hard. As long as you can be consistently doing it, that's the key. Okay, so we will start doing that now. Let's dive deep into, oops, sorry. Okay, sorry, this is the wrong slide. So we're gonna dive deep in our lecture today. I think you're gonna enjoy this lecture, and it'll give you a good understanding of what you need to do. So today, you just don't want to retire your strength. Now, although you might say, I'm 50 years old now, I don't do much. But as you get older, if you don't strengthen that muscles and all that, you're just going to get deteriorated and so forth. So it's essential you have to continue to do exercise, help you build your strength, and both man and woman especially. And then your body need to continue to stay strong from 50 and all the way down to 80, 90 years old. So you can walk and so forth and not depend on wheelchair. And so these are kind of things you do. So today we're talking about why you need to do all this and why strength is vital for your health and especially when it age and what is that why is that important? I think that is really something that you need to continue to have. Oops, sorry. I think I did not share my slide. Sorry. Okay, so sorry about that. So we talk about the strength, why is vital for you to have, maintain your strength, and so you can all have the independence, and so you don't get a wheelchair, and you need someone to move you around. And really, at the end of the day, there are three essential signals that whatever you do, actually tend to send to the body and tell, hey, this is what happening. You gotta really do things to maintain the body, and the body will adjust according to you. But those signals, you have to basically continue to provide that to the body and tell you what is that signal is all about. And the sad part is a lot of time you make the mistake by basically do something that you did not actually support your physical change, but speed up the physical decline, not to strengthen, but decline. Imagine that. Now, that's something you can do, and you don't want to do that. As I see my friend who is only 70 something years old, now he got to get a cane. And soon that I notice he doesn't walk, and now he's got to get a walker. So by the time he gets to 80, he's not going to walk. I can tell you that. So he now has to go doing his strength exercise, meaning that just with his walker, he has to learn how to stand up, sit up. So now he has been rebuilding that strength, and that is so important. And how the physical habit to really help you to stay strong and active. Now, this is something so important, and how those really can help. So today, that's today's webinar. I think that will really help you to continue to get you understand why exercise is so important. Okay, so we saw a lot of new names today. I know unrecognized, but that's okay. We always go through the 4 stages of diabetic just to get you updated so you can catch up. So first of all, everybody go through this 4 stage, get diabetes. First of all, your LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol goes up. It damages the B cell coming out from the pancreas, which B cells will take sugar to the cells, and they don't picture your cells. You have more sugar circulate in the vessels. Now the problem, you're going to start LDL cholesterol and blood sugar mixed together. Blood becomes thick and form plaques everywhere, the whole body. And then you can very quickly move to stage 2. The plaque, you can see that little space, so the blood pressure and the vessels, so the blood vessels start going up. When that go up, you don't feel anything. Matter of fact, you continue the same lifestyle. You know what? Pretty soon you move down, you go to stage 3, which is called the pre-diabetic stage. Every doctor measure the same thing on pre-diabetic. They measure your HbA1c because everybody have a hemoglobin, and basically they measure the percentage of sugar attached to this hemoglobin. If you're 5.6 and 5.7 and below, you are normal person. 5.7 to 6 and 4, now you are pre-diabetic. Unfortunately, pre-diabetic, you have no medication. The doctor would say, hey, you got to change your lifestyle. You lower your weight. You have to eat less carb, eat fat. You have to exercise. You have to decrease. You have to walk every day, 10,000 steps, and whatever to really maintain that exercise to burn off your sugar and to get you stronger. And a lot of time you hear this year and the other side come out, you don't do it. So the sad part is when you don't do it, very soon in 2 to 3 years, you convert it to a diabetes. Now, once you convert diabetes, unfortunately, you can't go back. You always are diabetic. And you will continue to take medication, kind of goes up. The reason is because you have this thing called insulin resistant. Your insulin continue to be resistant, not taking sugar in the cell. That's the reason why you have to do low SUT. Low SUT help you to, one, there are 2 things, we'll talk a little bit more in the next slide. What is low SUT? Why you take low SUT? Because low SUT has basically 2 things. One is guava leaves, which delay the sugar move into the blood vessel, so less sugar is circulating. Second is there's bitter melon, which is increased insulin sensitivity and take the sugar back to the cells. And the even better, the bitter melon and the insulin, besides the excess excess sugar and also the excess LDL cholesterol and also salt, they will remove that in urine, dump it off. And when dumped it off, your blood sugar going down, your LDL cholesterol going down, and your sodium, when it go down, you know what? Your blood pressure go down. So 3 high will actually go down and also help you detox. Now, that's one thing about low SUT. It is not a drug. It's just a health food, can able to give you this, lower your 3 high function. It's really easy. All you got to drink some tea, 6 to 8 cup of tea, you will get it done. And basically, you will see that's definitely within a couple weeks, all the way on continue drinking, your blood sugar coming down. And your blood cholesterol coming down, and your blood pressure start coming down. You imagine that, how wonderful that is? Now, we don't want you just to drink tea. You have to change lifestyle. Basically, you have to start following what a low-carb diet, low-fat diet. You really got to start doing that, because that will be the whole gear to help you maintain a healthier body. and you have to exercise 8 to 10,000 steps. Now you said a lot of people tell me, "Oh, I can't do exercise because I can walk 10,000 steps." No problem. Buy a step master. It's only cost you 150 Hong Kong to 300 Hong Kong. In US will be $50 or less, and you all do just step up and down like this, and use 2 barbell and go up and down, going this, and then open your chest and move back here, your neck, everything will be relaxed. And then you're burning for 30 minutes, guarantee you lose 360 cal, and also lose your sugar, and also you strengthen all your bone and also your muscles. And I tell you later on your lecture, after you finish, you'll understand why that really makes sense. Now, you also need to control your weight. Your BMI has to be 23. If you're 30, you do this step-by-step exercise, you will get you down to 23. And also listen to weekly webinars free of charge. And you can see the QR code here. All you do is just take a picture of this QR code. You can actually capture all the previous lectures. We have 440 lectures in YouTube. You can enjoy anytime, anytime, no charge. And we did that for you. And all you really want to key in, you can do www.youtube.com/@ctts /video. All you got to do that. And if you can do that, you can definitely so take a picture, really take a picture, and you can look back all your video. So let's start. Okay, why strength metaphor ever and ever? Because if you have strength, you can actually able to strengthen all your muscles. So it's not only muscle, but you gotta have the strength is to get on to improve your muscle. And if you have strength, you can able to support mobility and balance, because your muscle, if you don't get strength, it's going to shrink and it's going to not go work. So with that, you can able to walk around, your balance, you won't fall, and you will prevent injury. As I mentioned to you, my friend who is 60-something years old, a key executive, a lot of money, but he doesn't do the exercise, drink a lot, and entertain a lot. You know what? He fall one time. He's lucky he did not break major bones. If you break major bones, he cannot walk. He will get worse and worse and worse. So really, you have to prevent fall and injury as your key objective to build your strength. Plus, you want to protect your independence. As you know, when you get older, you don't want people to walk around with you all the time. You want to go out and yourself enjoy. You can go to the park and you don't have to fall. Plus, because of this energy, you have very good confidence walking around. You won't have to stay home all the time. And this is totally help you to get a better life. And quality of life is so important, especially when you go old. Another friend of mine who just retired 74. 74 is really a fairly old guy already, right? Well, his problem is he has been, for all this time to 70, just before he retired, he really have a lot of activities at work and da. Once he retired, everything slowed down and he doesn't move anymore. And he started gaining weight. Everything started going, just getting big, our tummy getting big and so forth. And you know what? After a while, he doesn't walk much. And net result, now he's getting weak and weak and weak. And it's like in a cane at age 74 because he's trying to prevent falling. So very important. If you don't strengthen yourself, you lose that strength. It's really become a more costly event. Now, what happened when your strength decline? Your muscle mass is going to start decreasing. So it starts shrinking. And then you really, at the end of the day, you don't have energy to walk. So basically, you walking, you very easily lose your balance. So you're going to increase, the chances to fall. You'll be weakening your bone. Plus any new illness, you slow recovery, and you have a greater risk with future potential disability. Now, once you don't move, you get more and more problem coming along. My friend who actually doesn't move, you know what? As time goes on, he stay home all the time. Eventually, he eventually got what? Pneumonia all the time because he lie down all the time, doesn't move much. And, he looked aged from just 4 years of, a few years of retired. He looked totally very different, I must say. He doesn't look energetic. He looked, kind of weak. So really, at the end of the day, you gotta not to just basically stay home and don't move. And that is something that you must not to do. Do not do this, okay? So you have to strengthen. Now, and as you know, your body is always adapting. Whatever you do, the body actually react to the things you do. So those are the really important signal, and we'll go through that signal later on in a little while. And that signal will basically give you the idea that, hey man, I need more stronger signal. I need actually whatever movement I do, it will tell the body, say, hey, okay, now you strengthen yourself, you strengthen your muscles, strengthen your bone. So these are the three signals that you really gotta start looking at. One, your movement signal. Now that is always basically the challenge, basically to tell your body, hey, I need to build my muscles, and also a bone. So net result, your bone will get stronger, your muscle gets stronger, so walk really easier. Now, also fuel, meaning that your nutrition status has to continue to keep up, which whatever nutrition provide you, your body to build. Like a lot of older folks, I noticed the lack of protein. They don't take protein anymore. They eat a lot of vegetable, which is good for them, but the lack of protein, that's important. So that's something, that's another signal sent to the body. Now, also, and at the same time, when you go older, you have to now move more to recover. The time allowed to repair and rebuild your body. That is so important, because when you repair your body, now you're more strength again. So the body are constantly sending signal to your own body and basically make adaptation. Now, but if you don't do any of those, it's getting weaker and weaker. So the first one, we talk about signal one, is move. Whatever muscle need a reason to stay strong. So really why you do every day, you do exercise, you do weightlifting, as I mentioned, with a barbell, with a step master, you do this. Your movement support your mobility. It support your strength, activities, and it can continue to build your muscle. So muscle has to be built every day. You cannot let them rest at the same time. You just don't move. Now, as you get older, retired, a lot of times is you really don't get movement anymore because you stay at home all the time. So you got to walk. Now, also, not only walk and not only walking, you need to weight-bearing exercise, which is support your bone health. That's why I said this barbell is so important. Going to do this. When you do this, you are actually strengthening all the bones around here, your foot. Also, you're going step master, because step master, you have to press with your weight, press those weight. So all those are weight-bearing exercise that support your lower extremity, your bone health. Plus, the important thing is very important is really got a consistency rather than just intensity. In other words, you have to continue doing every day. So that will help you really to build your body. The second signal will be protein and proper nutrition. Now, because the muscles are built by protein, so you need to have the, few material to build that protein. So daily movement certainly support your mobility, but you also, besides strength, activity, preserve muscle, weight bearing, but you need also this nutrition, which is need eggs, fish, a lot of protein to help you to build that, build the body, build the muscles and the bone. You got to do that. Now, also bone nutrition, you need calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, potassium, vitamin K, and protein. Now, all these got to be there. So adult, vitamin can be helpful, but more important, think about all the protein you have to eat. A lot of time you would say, hey, what kind of protein do I have? Well, good protein come from fish, come not steak, I hope, but it's chicken, but a lot of times it's good for the eggs. So these are very good protein. And the third signal is the recovery signal, which is mean that you need to rest to build the body. Like, for example, because you have to have strength, movement, and all that. But in between, you have to have some activity to help you to recover. So sleep support really can help you to repair tissue, recover, allow muscle to adapt. Also, you have stress management, support healthy aging, and rest in an active part of as part of active wellness. Now, a lot of people also tell me, and I think they have a good habit. They tend to sleep slightly in the afternoon, take an after half an hour nap between two after lunch 2 and 4, 2 and just anytime, but half an hour. But that rest tend to give you a tremendous recovery. I think the Chinese are pretty smart. They said in lunch hour, I sleep 1 hour, and they do that, So you notice this guy get much healthier because they rest up, they don't get stressed out. And you go to a Chinese bank party, you see this lady, all put their head down after lunch at a darker corner. So I said, amazing. So they have actually better good system for them to actually rest and actually to rebuild the body. And that's wonderful. Now, unfortunately, we also have some mistake. Why I say that? Like a lot of these people sitting too much. They just sit there and they continue to sit there for during the office hour, sit 8, 9 hours, don't move. Now that's no good because the long period of inactive, you basically weaken the muscle. So I just told one of my executive clients to say, hey, even though every hour, just walk out to get some paper, get some drink, get whatever, just walk around the office a little bit, go restroom. But every hours you move, you don't just sit right there for 1 8 hour time period, don't move at all. So that's not good. So you gotta continue to move. If not, you would just weaken your muscles. Now, also, if you don't move, you also slow your metabolism because metabolism has come from also movement, exercise, all this good stuff. So with that, you also have a balance of flexibility. If you don't, you just sit there, your flexibility go down, your balance decline, and you can trip, fall very easily. So always go up and walk around the office, drink, whatever you do, just walk around, take some deep breath, go to the restroom. That is something you gotta do. Don't just sit there. Don't just sit there to watch TV. That's many of the retired friends do that too. Another common mistake will be you got to eat enough protein. Unfortunately, elderly don't eat enough protein and they don't even eat or they don't even drink water. Now, when you muscle tend to break down and as you go older, it tend to break down. So you really need the protein to replenish the muscle mass and speed up the recover because if not, you don't enough protein, the muscles lose faster and recover will be more difficult. So eat more protein like eggs and fish, salmon, those kind of good stuff. Okay. Now, another mistake that you also kind of ignore the metabolic health. Like for example, a lot of people didn't really recognize the high blood sugar, which is affect the muscle quality. So plus, if you have high blood sugar, the chances you have poor circulation is going to be maybe more potential. So you really have to have more physical movement, physical performance. Like I said, every day do your step master, a walk, able to help you to improve your circulation. And also chronic inflammatory maybe contribute due to the weakness. And again, that is really important. And inflammation is not good for you because when you have inflammation, you have all the following problem can come along. So you want to make sure that do not let the body continue with the high blood sugar, and that is no good. High blood sugar. That's why later on you understand why you have to continue to drink low sugar tea, even though you're not diabetic. You just only have some high blood sugar, high cholesterol, whatever. You can still drink low sugar tea to continue to help you maintain better health, and that is so important. Now, very simple. You create a simple daily habit to stay strong and maintain that. So what that means is you have to have a strength exercise 2 to 3 times a week. And that's why I said this barbell. And with this, you can step master, you do it You can do it every 2-3 times a week, half an hour, or you can do it even every day. You can walk daily. If you don't walk daily, do Step Master, because you say, oh, it's raining, it's so hot. No problem. Do the Step Master every day. Now you watch TV at the same time. Now you eat your protein every meal, eat more protein every meal. You have to prioritize your sleep. Sleep helps you to recover your body stress, and also your muscle recovery, and also decrease the stress is so important. Now you have to stay hydrated. Now, really interesting. I just talked to several elderly patients of mine. They drink less than 1 liter of water per day, and that's not good, because whatever you build up poison, you don't have enough water to flush it out. So you gotta drink enough fluid. The fluid can be low shu tea. Low shu tea could be just 6 to 8 cups a day. That will able to do it. So stay hydrated is so important, because you need to have the fluid to dump all the waste out. And then with that, you actually support your metabolic health, and that is so important. As I say, drink low shu tea 2 to 3 3 to 6, 6 to 8 cup a day is so important. 6 to 8 cup. Now, as I said, low shu tea is just not a drug. It's just a health food. It does help you to support healthy blood sugar, lower blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. And it is just have two things in there: guava leaves and bitter melon. And guava leaf delay the sugar go to the blood vessel. Guava leaf, besides increased insulin sensitivity, is also dumped excess sugar, bad cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and salt out through urine. And that result, the three high, that when salt go out, the blood pressure come down. And that will promote your overall health. And that is really wonderful. So in conclusion, strength is really important. It's essential for your independent and healthy age. And remember that, because you really cannot walk around want to always, I have to go walk with a cane. I don't move a lot. Every muscle is sore. And muscle are bone, our response to own movement. You know what? You more, you build muscle, you lift heavy exercise, you will give you the bone health. And all those are due to movement, plus you're adding on nutrition, and also with the recovery. All these are built together so you can walk, you won't fall. And the resistant training is really important, especially after age 50. Now, I understand many of customers here are age 50. You need to have resistant training, meaning whatever training you have to have the barbell with weight, movement, and your leg strength, press down, because you now your Step Master will give you strength moving up and down with your Step Master, because there's a certain amount of pressure you're pressing down. So those are all resistant training exercise. And then you got eat protein, which support your bone health, and plus give you nutritional. These are all critical. The protein will give you a bone and health, and also give you muscle health. And so that is important. Sleep, give you muscle rebuild and recover. And you want to make sure that avoid any inactivities. In other words, you avoid, you don't move. That's not good. You gotta move. Don't just sit there and watch TV. Plus, do not drink a lot of sweet, like bubble tea. When you get 15 over, forget bubble teas. You gotta do more good nutrition. Start nutrition habit, get a lot of protein, vegetable with fiber food, and also eat a lot of fish, pork, but not really red meat. So with all that, you're going to start getting a healthy lifestyle every day. Now you can preserve your strength for a year to come. Now you're going to live over to 90, 100 years old, and continue to move around. I have a lady friend who in church, 102, and still moving real well. I think that is a wonderful example for us. She move every day, and she move, walk around. She do singing. Wow, man, this is your lifestyle that you want to do. You don't want to not to move, healthy diet, and that result, you'll be, stronger, healthier, and enjoy life, and see your grandchildren graduate from high school, college, and work, and see their grandchildren too. All right, today webinar is that's what it is. If you need to ask me any question, write to me, Andy@wahfong.com, ANDY@WAHFONG.com. Or WhatsApp me, 852-6792-8891, 852-6792-8891. Well, I hope you enjoy the webinar today. I hope you continue to practice, really not only not only the you gotta continue to practice your exercise. You have to continue got your diet going, and that is so important. And from your diet, you have to have rest, sleep, decrease your recovery, increase your recovery, your body. So that's what you do. So I hope this will help you to better understand, start getting more planning for your aging, and I hope that will be give you a good understand what you need to do. All right, that's today's webinar. I hope you have a great weekend.